Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. I'm Wright Brennan. This is the Lost in the Midlands podcast, brought to you by Midlands Dumpster Services and Seawright Roofing. And today I am with a home improvement professional, an entrepreneur, B&I networker, my buddy, Mr. Cody Harper. Cody, thanks for hanging out, man.
Of course, Wright. Thank you so much for having me. Really thrilled to be on here. I've listened to a few of your episodes, and it's kind of exciting to get to participate. So,
heck yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. I love having people in the home improvement sphere, in the trades world. It's something we need to bring light to. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's cool. And I'm interested in what I know you've had other types of jobs. Like you haven't been like a trades guy your whole life. There's been, you've had different stuff in your background. So I want to hear about kind of what has brought you to your recent endeavor.
Sure. I have done all sorts of stuff. To kind of go back a little ways, I actually have a history degree from South Carolina.
Cool.
So it shows a lot that I'm doing with that right now. But so I got a history degree. The plan was to go to law school.
Yeah.
I thought long and hard about it, talked to a lot of people, and I definitely made the right choice. That would not have been for me.
Not for everybody.
No.
I didn't go either.
Exactly. So I worked for a few years in manufacturing, doing inside sales, customer service, sitting behind a desk, looking at a computer screen all day, answering the phone. And I actually got laid off from a job that was like a big auto supplier, when the GM bailout and everything happened.
Yeah.
So that led me to introspection and thinking about what I really enjoy. And I come to find out, what I really enjoyed was like, if I was working on a project at home, whether it be painting a house, as much as I hate to paint, but I would rather paint than work at a desk. So
I heard that.
I started to look toward careers that way.
Yeah.
What's even more interesting is actually the first time I got licensed as a home inspector was in 2013.
No kidding.
Did nothing with it. I got the license, was planning on doing it, and I don't know. I think I just at the time didn't have the experience and confidence to actually get out there and launch a business. So
that's a big step too.
I started looking at other paths and working with my hands, but also doing customer service.
Yeah.
I came into the world of telecom. I took a job with AT&T as a technician.
Cool.
Worked for them for 3 years, and then took another job with a Comporium, which is another internet service provider doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Worked my way up with them. Kind of felt like I plateaued as a technician and needed a new challenge, so I took a job in sales. Learned a lot more about marketing. Got my first experience in B&I through that job. I joined a group and learned to sell myself, but I started to realize that I didn't want to sell myself for a corporation.
Yeah.
And so with that confidence, it kind of led me back and seeing the success of some other B&I people and how they thrived in that small business world inspired me to look back into other things, and I landed back on home inspection. My experience growing up, my dad was a contractor when I was really young and like before I was born.
Yeah.
And took a more like steady job, but he and my grandfather, they did everything to their houses. They built a house for my great aunt. I got to witness that and learn from them, and those experiences over the years have always stuck with me. Those are some of the highlight memories of my life is helping my dad work on a project, whether we built a playhouse or I helped him roof my great aunt's house. So I've done a little bit of your job, but
that was a one and done. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't stick with it. So gaining those experiences and having that level and those different types of knowledge, I felt like I could really put those. It's almost like mini trades knowledge.
Yeah.
All into one activity by doing home inspections.
Yeah, I can see how it has come full circle. Certainly. I mean, you've got customer service, you've got construction knowledge, you've got the pieces all of it, they lined up as part of the journey. And it's cool too, you mentioned how you got into sales and you make some sales and you kind of gain a confidence about you. And that kind of helped you kind of be confident in starting a business. If I hadn't have gone into roof sales before I opened up my roof company, like I would have never thought that I could have sold anything.
Oh, yeah.
Once you sell a couple jobs, you're like, man, I can do a lot.
Yeah, exactly. That was one thing that held me back the first time I got my home inspector's license was I was like, I have no idea how to go out there and network with people and sell myself. I was like, I just don't know how to do it. And I think those years of customer service experience in a trade as a technician by, talking to customers about what their internet problem is and things like that.
Yeah.
And then moving into a sales role where I actually had to go out and make cold calls and go to networking meetings.
Beat the streets.
And all of that stuff, it really opened my eyes to what I could do.
Yeah.
And so led me back to this path to jump in with both feet and start my own business. That's
beautiful. And I've heard, many testimonials about what an awesome job you do. I want to ask you, like, when you're looking for new work, I imagine you guys, home inspectors, got to go find new real estate agents. You're looking for agents who are looking to, who've got customers lined up, ready to have the house inspected.
Exactly. That's really who the bulk of the business and any home inspector is going to tell you the same thing because they control. Like good real estate agents control the entire transaction, and that's really what their job is to control it. They provide a home inspector because they've got one that they trust. They provide a lender because they have one that they trust, and they try to be full service for their buyers. And I try to be a part of that by providing that same level of service with my part of it.
They have vendors and the homeowner who's purchasing or something. I mean, they really do lean on the agent to say, hey, look, I need help with everything else that comes with this transaction. So this is Wright Brennan, the owner of Sea Right Roofing. When it comes to the maintenance of your roof, you want to know that you have an experienced team that knows what they're doing. And with 10 years in the business, we check all the boxes. Leaky roof, storm damage, or just overdue on maintenance, give us a call at 803-828-4181 for a free estimate. Again, that's 803-828-4181. And remember, our commitment is to roof it the right way. So, and you are in BNI looking for I guess it's not just agents, but in BNI and when you're out networking, that's who you're looking for. You are shaking hands trying to get some, make relationships with new agents.
Right. Yeah. So through BNI, I tell everybody I'm open to have a one-to-one with anybody. If you sell handbags, I'll have a one-to-one with you just because that's one more person that I can, relate to
100%.
That can kind of can know my business. I can know their business, and we can look to help each other out.
Yeah.
And that's the point of BNI, as you know, is the whole giver's gain, and you're really there to help people out, and you build relationships doing it.
Right.
I know that in the end, I wouldn't get as far with BNI if all I did was just cold call the real estate agents in the other groups and try to schedule one-to-ones. Like that's not going to get me anywhere. I just have to take my time and you
got to be a little more strategic.
Yeah, but really show people my character and the type of person I am and how I like to help and serve and work with people.
Yeah.
I feel like it may take a while to get where I need to go, but I'm going to do my part to help others on the way.
100%. And that's something that, I got to come in and I got to show people I'm the professional. It's what do they say? You got to know, like, and trust whoever it is you're going to refer to, and you get that platform to during your 30 or 60 second commercial, try to squeeze it all into that 30 seconds. Hey, know, like, and trust me, we're ready.
Exactly.
And you do a great job of that. Your personality comes out during that minute.
Yeah. That's really, like, I am not an extroverted person at all. I'm the type of guy that I walk into a room with 100 people I don't know. I'm probably going to only walk out knowing maybe one or two more. I'm not going to walk out knowing everybody. So the great thing that I've learned about BNI that's been a huge asset to me is it's helped me in the structured environment of everybody gets a chance to get up and speak.
Yeah.
It gives me an opportunity to stand out a little more than I would in just a room where the loudest voice, like yours, would stand out. So
I hear Curtis back here laughing. I can't help that loud voice. I don't know. It's my only asset. It seems to work.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, work with what you got. Well, when you are doing a home inspection, I want to ask a couple questions. Are you getting on the roof? What's going on? Are you putting the ladder up there? You got a drone. I know some people have different tools. And
I don't have a drone yet. That's a goal.
Okay.
But I'm actually scared of heights. But I do climb on roofs when it's a low enough pitch and I can safely walk on it. I'll get up there. So because I feel like that's the best way to find those issues.
I'll say I know you get on roofs because we got on one together.
Yeah, exactly. And that one was probably one of the steepest roofs I've ever been on too. So
I was testing you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Throw them to the wolves right out the gates. Come on up, man. It's all good.
Yeah,
you did great.
Well, thanks. I've only fallen off of one roof in my life, and I don't really want to do it again.
Yeah, knock on wood. Absolutely. And so when you're doing your inspection, you're checking the roof. You get under the house. You go inside. I mean, how many photos are put into these reports?
So typically, I average probably about 20 to 25 photos on each report.
Yeah.
And one of the other great things about the software I use that can make it stand out is I can add videos.
Oh, cool.
So those videos can really highlight what an issue is better than even a photograph. I mean, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, what is a video worth? Because the other day I did an inspection and there was a loose hinge on one of the cabinet doors.
Yeah.
You can take a picture and all you're going to see is a hinge. You're not really going to be able to see how loose it is, but I could actually video it and turn the cabinet door and you could actually see how that hinge was loose and wasn't operating correctly. So it really can highlight what an issue is and explain it to the client.
Yeah, I have not seen no video home inspection reports. That definitely sets you apart, and that's awesome. So you're giving them the 360 of how bad it really is.
Right. Yeah, and that's really one of my biggest goals is just to help the client understand what the issue is. Like there's horror stories from home inspection training courses about you don't want to be the guy that kills a bunch of deals for realtors because you're not going to go that far. My goal is just to make sure the clients are educated.
Yeah.
Make sure that they understand what is a serious issue.
Yeah.
And don't get bogged down in the minor cosmetic stuff that can really add up on a report, but really doesn't affect the value or the livability of a house.
Spoken like a true professional. You get all that information, easy to get confused.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, you're worried about the light bulb. Mm-hmm. That is not a problem at all.
Right. Anybody can change a light bulb.
Anybody can change a light bulb. All right, so advice to someone interested in getting into home inspections.
My advice would be to make sure that You find a good inspection report system. The system I use is app based. I can just go through and work on the report as I go through the home.
Efficiency.
It really makes it easy. It's not cheap. It's a cost that, I incur every month, whether I have a lot of inspections or not, but it just makes the job more efficient and easy.
Yeah.
And then just have a good background of knowledge. You don't have to be an expert in absolutely everything in a home, but you have to know when to bring another expert in. It's more like giving a diagnosis of what the issue is. So, like, if you want to compare it to being a doctor, like a general practitioner.
Yeah.
And then you refer out. So the roofer's like the dermatologist. You see old shingles or you see broken shingles, you're going to put on the report that you need to call a roofer and have them give their professional opinion.
That makes a lot of sense. Very cool. All right, where can we find you?
All right, so I am on Facebook and Instagram, Harper Home Inspection, LLC. And then I also have a website, www.harperhomeinspection.com, and you can give me a call, shoot me a text message, 803-320-3602.
Heck yeah. Hey, Cody, thanks for coming on today. It's been a blast.
Thank you for having me, Wright. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you are a professional. We'll have to have it back on at some point.
I'd like that.
Heck yeah. Hey everyone, many thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow and click the bell to stay up to date on future episodes, or click the link to watch another previous episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback.